Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. So today's video is going to be about managing the festive season and my tips as an online coach and big yawnies Wesley, obviously I'm boring and someone who preaches balance and practices what she preaches. I wanted to share them with you guys. I've just got my little assistant here. And I feel like it wouldn't be right to start this video without kind of saying some things that have been going on this week. I just find it the hardest thing about this job because I nearly didn't film this and I was like, no, I wanted to get this out here for you guys. But we sadly lost our Lyra Lou earlier this week. You've probably seen Lyra and Seb on some of my other videos. Lyra and Seb are my dad's dogs and my family's dogs. So Lyra is literally 2 weeks off being 10. I just feel like she's been around for as long as I can imagine. Like, I was just thinking about all of the different things that have happened in my life in the time that she's been around, and feels like I've lived a whole lifetime with her here. So it's going to be really sad. I know my fellow dog lovers and just general animal lovers understand that dogs are not just pets. They're not just pets, they are literally part of the family. So I just was a bit sad today. Just before filming this, it's been a bit of a sad few weeks. I feel like we all knew it was coming. I think we're all just hoping for maybe one more Christmas, but honestly I don't think that any time would have been enough. But I'm getting upset again. But I just wanted to say, I feel like I've tried to go over my makeup and stuff, but I just felt like it wouldn't be right to not mention that because it's been so sad. And Seb will be on future videos. I'm confident of that, and we're actually looking after him next week. We're supposed to be looking after Seb and Lyra while my dad and stepmom go away. So I just felt like I just needed to say, I haven't really told anyone. Like, my dad and stepmom have been telling people, and I don't know, it feels weird as well. I know she's not my dog personally, but she was our family dog. So anyway, just been a bit of a sad morning, but I wanted to film this for you guys, like I said, to help you over this festive period to keep balance. And know it can be so easy, and especially as a coach, I see this a lot. People just think, oh, wait till the new year. I also just realised I forgot to put my engagement ring on this morning after the gym. Oops. Anyway, I literally just thought that as I was talking, I went to go and fiddle with it and it wasn't there. So like I say, I see this a lot, and I do understand and know this time of year is really busy, so it can be really easy for things to fall by the wayside, which is why I wanted to give some tips that I give my clients, that I use myself in times or in this season, the festive season, where it can help you to maintain that balance and keep consistency and move away from that all or nothing mindset. And that is so important, not just in the festive season, but all year round. So like I say, why I wanted to share these tips, and you can apply it to any kind of busy period of your life, but I want you to enjoy the festive period. So first tip would be to make sure you are still trying where you can to eat consistent, balanced meals. If you're eating out a bit, don't feel like you need to on an evening or a bit more maybe, or on a weekend, don't feel like you need to restrict your meals throughout the day to make up for it, or again the next day, restrict your meals to make up for what you ate the night before. It would be so much more beneficial to eat regularly, focusing more on your whole foods to help keep that balance. So making sure you're having your protein, your carbs, your fats, your fibre, lots of nutrient dense foods to help maintain that balance. It's going to keep your energy and your mood stable as well, and especially with eating those kind of foods regularly. And also as well, you're not going to go then out after potentially starving yourself all day and feel ravenous and then overeating and then feeling groggy and sluggish. Absolutely go out and enjoy your food. I always say that, when clients ask about what to eat when they're going to eat out, I'm like, go and eat what you want off the menu, because it's important that you go and enjoy that. You're going to feel way more satisfied rather than thinking of what you should eat. It's a funny noise from downstairs. I think it's my dryer. I'm just going to go and check that. We're back, guys. It was fine. I don't know what that was. It sounded a bit dodgy, and then Wesley's here and is like, amplified. I also put my ring on while I read that as well. So yeah, as I was saying, you'll feel way more satisfied, and then you're less likely to then go on and binge and all that sort of stuff. You're just going to have the food that you want to eat, but keeping that balance. I know myself, I used to, before a night out, I would like keep my food to the bare minimum, or like, you know, I'd hardly eat anything all day to try and like, you know, if I was wearing a certain something, like again, just wearing something comfy that you're going to feel good in. Like, you do not need to starve yourself, and you don't need to make up for anything the next day. You'll feel way better in the long run. So try and keep thinking about that bigger picture and how you're going to feel rather than the short term. So that will be my first tip to summarize: eating regular balanced meals, not skipping meals, not making up for anything with your nutrition. Try and keep some balance with the whole foods in there to balance when you're eating out. And then the second one, my second tip would be to make sure that you are keeping some movement in. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect anytime, but maybe just shortening your workouts, maybe switching to home workouts. I've got quite a few of my clients who we've switched them to personalized like home workouts instead of the gym. We've kept them like 20 to 30 minutes. Like, it doesn't have to be, you know, like an hour 5-6 times a week. Like, I don't even do that. Like like, this is my job. Like, I really feel like it's going to be so much more manageable even in your mind to think, okay, I've got like 2 to 3 30-minute workouts to do, and even just doing like 3 full body workouts, you're going to hit all the major muscle groups. Still helps you to stay consistent, helps you to feel good in general, knowing that you're still like getting in that bit of movement. Also get the endorphins flowing. Like, you know, exercise helps you feel good mentally as much as it does physically. You know, again, not looking at exercise as a way to punish yourself for what you're going to eat or what you have eaten over this period. It's thinking about you know, like, how can I move my body to keep me feeling good, to keep me staying consistent, so, you know, I'm gonna like keep that balance again. And even if you're not really a one for home workouts, again, you can still shorten them for the gym, or just like going out and getting some steps in. Like, even if it's raining, wrap up, like get yourself out. Some fresh air will do the world of good. And again, it doesn't have to be a crazy step goal, it doesn't even have to be a step goal at all. Just committing to, I'm going to get outdoors for a walk today, no matter how long it is. And another thing that I say to my clients who are like busy all year round, if they've got like busy jobs, you know, like families to look after, all that sort of stuff, is to think about doing things in like bite-sized chunks. So even just 5 minutes, 5 minutes, if you've got a walking pad in the house or a treadmill, whatever, or even a bike, or getting out literally 5 minutes, walk around the block, get some fresh air. It can just help you to reset, and again, just really help you mentally to just think, okay, I've done something. Another thing as well, just doing like some squats, some push-ups, some kneeling push-ups, and some dips on a chair. Like, you could do 30 seconds of each, alternating for 5 minutes. And I know you might think that's nothing, it's not going to do anything. Trust us, all of this small stuff really does add up. And I think even, like I say, just mentally knowing that you're taking it off in your head will make you feel so much better in itself. So to summarize that point, keeping up with your movement, even if you've got to adjust your typical workout schedule, it's so much better to keep something in there than to just stop completely. So that would be tip number 2. Number 3, stay hydrated. Drinking lots of water this time of year brings about lots of alcohol, which will dehydrate you, can, you know, make you feel more bloated and groggy. So keeping on top of your water intake will really help. It will also help with your energy levels as well. So just making sure, that's quite a what I would say is an easy one to keep in your normal daily routine, whatever you're doing. If you're going out anywhere, obviously not out but if you're going out and about anywhere, having like a water bottle in your bag, even getting up first thing on a morning, if you feel like you struggle to get it in, and drink like half a litre when you get up of water. Then you know you've got half a litre in, and just try and sip your water throughout the day. I find for me, implementing that like glass of water on a morning when I get up actually just really brings my energy up. And before I have anything else, that's what I do, and it really, really helps. And again, you know, you've ticked off half a litre. But just like that, like I say, just having a water bottle if you're at work, like on your desk, taking it to work, taking it if you're out and about. And again, if you're going on like a night out or going out drinking, whatever it is, like I try to, when I go out and do this, is if I'm ordering a drink, I'll order a water at the same time. Even if I literally chug the water at the bar, I know I'm then just still keeping on top of my hydration. And when I come in from a night out, or before I go out, well, I say a night out, it's more day out now if I go out, but if I go out before I leave, I put a cup or like a glass or a bottle of water by my bedside table so that I remember when I come in to just have a big gulp of water. And 9 times out of 10, I would say this really helps. I mean, I swore by this in uni, and I don't know if it was just because I was younger, but I would have this massive pint glass by my bedside table in my uni house, and I used to come in when I remembered most of the time, and I would chug it, and I just swore by the fact that it made us feel that bit better the next day. And even when I've been on like hen do's abroad and stuff, and you're drinking quite a lot and it's quite heavy, I drink like water throughout the day. If I go to a wedding and stuff and I want to kind of pace myself throughout the day and make sure I last till the night, I make sure I alternate between a water and alcoholic drink, or get a water with my alcoholic drinks to make sure that I'm staying on top of it. So making sure to stay hydrated, water is quite a good one to just slot into kind of whatever you're doing, and it really makes a big difference. So tip number 3, making sure you stay hydrated. And then tip number 4 would be to try and make sure you have some rest and downtime. This time of year can be so easy to, like I say, say yes to all the plans. You don't want to miss out. I don't get FOMOs, well, I do get a bit of FOMO now. But like, I was very much a FOMO girl. I want to be at everything. I want to be there. I want to see everyone. But it can, lead you to feeling like burnout, run down. That's when you tend to pick up like, your colds, your flus, all that sort of stuff, and just not feeling great. And then it's hard to stay on top of everything else. So trying to keep a good balance of getting some sleep, having some rest, having some chill time. And like I say, if you're shortening like your workouts and things like that and your movement, having that like bit of extra time even to prioritize some rest is still so important. So trying where you can throughout the week to make sure you try and like literally try and go to bed around the same time, and getting up around the same time, like within the hour, can make a really big difference. And to be honest, saying that, if you do feel like you just need a bit of a lie and a catch up on sleep, I think I would always recommend to do that, just get that little bit of extra rest. But trying to have a regular bedtime can help. But I know it's not the easiest if you're out like on nights out and things like that, but just where you can, trying to get that rest, that downtime. And that's not even just sleep as well. It's like not being like wired on your phone, doom scrolling, ending up staying up really late. I cannot go on TikTok at night time, otherwise I will not get off. Just having that time to de-stress, unwind, like even just having a bath, having a bit of recovery time and chill time, and linking in even just with like the movement one, doing some stretching like in the house, like later on in the day, can actually just help to prepare your body for bed. So just doing some like gentle movement and stretching can just help the body to unwind and can go towards your daily movement. So those two kind of link in, but just making sure you're keeping that downtime in so that you're not absolutely burning yourself out, because it can be so hard to say no, and you just want to say yes to all the plans, and it can just leave you feeling really rubbish. So making sure you have that in there. And my final tip would be to just stay mindful with the food that you eat and the amount of alcohol that you're consuming. I would never say cut those things out, but just keeping in mind like how you're going to feel, how is my balance, like how is my food like being across the week, how's my alcohol intake being across the week, because ultimately alcohol is not great for you. It really isn't, and it can really make you feel rubbish. And one thing that I think I've spoken about in a different vlog before, but I don't really drink that much anymore, and this is coming from a girl who used to drink a lot and go out a lot. I am a bit older now, I just don't really like it as much anymore, but I've done quite a lot of sober nights out, which I never thought I would be able to do. So even if you could think, okay, could I go to this sober, I honestly think sometimes when you get it in your mindset, because you actually don't feel groggy and rubbish, like the vibe's still there. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Me and Aaron did like a whole weekend in Leeds, it was like last year, and everyone else was drinking. We went to bottomless brunch, we didn't drink, we had the food, we went to, oh my god, what's it called again, oh my god, we went to do the shuffleboard thing in Leeds, really fun. We had mocktails, and we got a coffee like on the way to like the day drinks and stuff, and like I got a matcha. Like it was great. Like don't always feel like you need to drink alcohol or feel that peer pressure neither. But like I say, just being mindful of your drinks. Definitely enjoy your cocktails, but maybe think, do I need to drink these all night? Because I mean, God, drinking cocktails all night used to give me the worst like sugar crash, and I'd feel awful. So just like keeping in mind, like, how can I keep this balanced and still feel good and still enjoy it in a way that works for me? And same with like, your festive treats and stuff and all of that. Like going back to the nutrition side of things, just thinking like, okay, what can I include with this? Like even just like an example that I always fall back on is if you want something sweet, for example, like making sure you pair it with a protein. So I mean I'm just gonna say chocolate off the top of my head, but it could be anything if you're into mince pies. I'm not really a mince pie girl. I'm trying to think of some festive treats, but anyway, let's just go with chocolate because you get loads of chocolate, even like in the like the celebrations tubs and stuff. Like thinking about maybe either having a high protein meal before with like fats and fiber that will help to like maintain some balance. It'll help you to stop having any like big blood sugar spikes, which can then crash and make you feel a bit more groggy if you're just having loads and loads of like chocolate and stuff. Or even having like a yogurt bowl, for example. So you've got your protein in the yogurt, adding some nuts and seeds. You've got some fats in there that also have a bit of fiber. Add some like berries, like raspberries, for example. Again, a little bit more fiber, some nutrients in there, antioxidants. Then adding some of the chocolate on top, bit of honey, and then that's kind of like a bit more of a satiating meal. It's going to still satisfy the chocolate and the sweet tooth craving, but it's going to make you feel a bit more full, and again just keep your energy and therefore your mood and stuff stable, so you're not feeling like rubbish afterwards. But again, you can absolutely enjoy the chocolates and the mince pies and all of the other stuff. It's just being mindful and thinking about how you're going to feel afterwards to keep that balance there, and not feel like groggy and bloated and feel like you've just been like mindlessly eating, just like I've done it, I've been there just sitting in front of the telly, like just picking like packets of crisps out. For example, if there's a big share bag of crisps, just put some in a bowl and then take the bowl away and put the packet back in the cupboard. You can absolutely enjoy the crisps, but just eating them a bit more mindfully, so that you're not gonna, as I say, feel like bloated and groggy and rubbish. So being mindful of like your alcohol intake and keeping the balance with your food intake as well, to make sure that you're feeling your best. So they would be my 5 tips, my 5 best tips that I tell all my clients, that I practice myself. So to summarize, we've got eating regular balanced meals, keeping some whole foods in there to help maintain balance. It might not be the 80-20 balance, but it's still going to be a good balance to stop you from feeling bloated, sluggish, groggy, low energy, all that stuff we do not want. Number 2, keeping some movement in. Again, it's going to help to keep your digestion moving. It's going to help to keep them endorphins flowing, keep your mental health good, and helps to keep you consistent, which is what we want, even if it's in smaller chunks of movement or shorter workouts or like less volume, whatever it is. It's not going to impact your progress. It's actually going to benefit you in the long run, rather than stopping completely. Number 3 would be to hydrate. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. I don't know why I keep saying hydrate in a singing voice. Making sure you're keeping water in there to, again, help keep that balance, especially if you're drinking more alcohol this time of year. Number 4 would be to make sure you're getting enough rest, downtime and sleep to manage your stress levels, keep you feeling good, and like I say, just keeping that balance with all of the stuff going on, so that your mind also and your body also gets a rest. And then number 5, just being hit my straw there, mindful of your alcohol intake and your snacks, like being a bit more smart with them rather than excluding anything completely or falling into that all or nothing mindset. So I really hope that helps, guys, or those tips help. And again, even if all 5 of them just seem too much, start with 1. I always think if you're already in a good movement pattern, I would say to keep your movement up. But even just the water intake one, I always just think grab a water bottle, sip throughout the day, start your day with some water, and then you can build on that. Just keeping these things in mind. You do not have to be perfect to feel your best, to see progress, and it's so much better to stay consistent for your overall health and well-being, as I say, both physically and mentally, than just stopping completely and feeling like you're back to square one, or even further back when it comes to the new year, and it's just going to make it even harder to get back into it. Keep those like foundations, like the baseline there, and then as I say, once Christmas, New Year's over, you're gonna feel like you've enjoyed it with balance, and you can apply this again to any busy period of your life. There's always going to be seasons where time, like things are busier and you've got more plans, and it's harder to kind of have like your health and fitness journey at the absolute forefront. But by doing these things helps you to stay consistent throughout the year, and keeps it in the background, on the back burner, so to speak, and makes it a habit. And then when you've got other seasons where things are a bit quieter, and you've got a bit more time to dedicate it and have it a bit more at the forefront of your mind, then you can include more volume, or like make your workouts a little longer again, making sure you're a bit more consistent with your sleep routine, like keeping that balance a bit more of an 80-20 balance with your nutrition, and so on and so on, like less alcohol, all that sort of stuff. There's always going to be seasons, it's always going to ebb and flow. It doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to show up and stay consistent. And it sounds cheesy and it sounds cliche, but it's so true. But this is a way to stay consistent. Like, rather than just saying be consistent, these are ways to stay consistent in these busy periods, and move away from that all or nothing mindset. So yeah, I really hope that's helped, guys. Also, as well, the last time I was in this room, I didn't have the sofa bed, I don't think we had the rug. I can't wait to do a big house tour with you guys. It's getting there, it's nearly done, but I can't wait to show you anyway. But I hope you have enjoyed this video with me and little Weenie. And yes, please like and subscribe is what I was going to say there if you haven't already. Any questions, pop them below, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.